This is New York Governor Kathy Hochul, who is giving away free money, but we'll discuss that in just a quick second. Being introduced at the Ryder Cup. President Trump is at the Ryder Cup. It's the competition, the golf competition between us and the foreigners who are golfing against us. If you know the Ryder Cup, you know that. But this is Kathy Hochul getting introduced a day or two ago. The response from the audience was not awesome. Play the first one of these clips.
Your friend and mine in attendance, Governor Kathy Hochul. Governor, thank you so much for being here. And thank you to your team, too, for getting us ready for the Ryder Cup in New York.
Now,
and lastly,
what we don't want to do is play a clip that is just, one angle of this. People do this to President Trump all the time. They say, President Trump entered the building and there were boos. Like, yeah, some doofus over here in this section had his camera up and he was booing, but the rest of the crowd was cheering with delight that the president was there. This happens all the time to President Trump. So we just want to make sure that this isn't the case with Kathy Hochul. So just in journalistic integrity here, we want to play yet another angle of this. Let's play another clip. I think this is Kathy Hochul getting introduced another time. So it's completely separate time, different kind of camera angle. Let's see what happens just to make sure we're keeping things square and fair here.
The Governor of State New York, Kathy Hochul.
That actually seemed like they were booing too. And that was at a different time at the same event. But again, just to be safe, because look, this happens all the time to conservatives. They say, well, there were boos in the crowd, not to mention the 90% of people that were cheering when President Trump walked in the room. They do this all the time. And I just don't want to be that kind of show. I don't want to be the type of show that just shows one clip of some people booing, even though this particular clip sounds like there's an overwhelming amount of booing that drowns out really anybody cheering. And I don't think anybody was, because they were probably looking at all the people booing and going, holy cow, I don't want to be seen cheering for this idiot. I don't want to be the show that just assumes that. So we found a third clip of the same event and she's getting introduced again. And you be the judge. Email us, tpt@tpusa.com. Were there actually drowning boos, or we just a victim of media bias against the government?
Governor, this is a beautiful golf course. You've done a tremendous amount of work here.
All right. Well, it seems definitive, folks. It seems that one Kathy Hochul is definitively not well liked among her constituents there in New York. At the very least, at a golf tournament, right? Like, I think we all are aware that like golf is President Trump's thing. Not to say that libs can't play golf. Metaphorically, but also literally. And I'm not entirely sure how good they are at golf as a whole, or really any athletic thing at all. But golf is President Trump's thing. Why would she go to this event? Like, she knows Trump is going to be there. And the only reason Trump is going to go is because he knows he's going to be welcomed with open arms, because this is his community. He likes the golf community. This is something we all know. Who on Governor Hochul's team thought, hey, there's a group of people who probably collectively really, really don't like you. I know. Let's go. Let's prove them wrong and get booed 3 separate times from 3 separate angles so they can play it on Real America's Voice on Turning Point tonight. Maybe that's why they did it. They were being kind to us to be able to utilize that footage and make fun of the governor of New York. I mentioned briefly, part of this is New Yorkers are apparently getting checks for like $400 if you live there, up to $400 as a way for the governor to try and buy votes in her reelection campaign. We'll talk about maybe more of that on Monday, because I think that's a really interesting story.